time, baby. You already know what time it is. I don't even need to tell you. We got the stock market watch list hitting it off this morning. We are going to go over a few things. The first and foremost, I want to say hello, welcome. If this is your first time seeing this show right here, right now, thanks for joining us. What do we do here? Well, we get you prepared for the next day. We take a look at the previous week. We see what's going on in the economic data. We make sure that we are ready to rock for the day ahead. So, if you're just joining me, good afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever the hell you are watching me from. And maybe you're watching me at a later time, that's just fine too. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button if I bring you any form of entertainment or if you learn anything from this today. We're letting everybody join, get everybody, come on, pile on in, let's go, before we got to get this thing started. Because I tell you, we have an awesome show for you tonight. I am absolutely pumped and I am ready to rock, baby. Let's go. Let's get in here, boys. Come on, bring it on in. First and foremost, we got a poll. Will the PCE data show inflation is getting better or worse? That's the question. Right now, we already have people voting on this. We got 6 votes. 50% of you say inflation is getting better. 50% say inflation is getting worse. So just go ahead and vote on that poll because we're going to be going over that economic data very, very soon. But let me just go ahead and hit you with a little intro. Welcome. All right, just so you are aware of what's going on, we are going to make sure we go over the overall stock market outlook. We're going to check the S&P 500, see where we sit. We're going to look at the QQQs, the IWM, and the overall S&P 500 equally weighted, the RSP. Okay, and then we'll look at the VIX Volatility Index, and we might take a look at the dollar as well today. I know there has been there's some concern around the dollar heading higher, so we'll take a look at that. And then, of course, we're going to go over the trades that I took today, the trades that I'm currently in, and any that I may have sold out. So, welcome. I already see 13 of you are here. I know this has been absolutely, the camera's blurry. Let's see if we can fix that. Ooh, let's get that thing. Let's get it looking beautiful. I don't even know. How do we get this thing? Come on. Zoom in on my beautiful face. I don't know. The last time I messed with this thing, it ended up working out. So let me just threaten it with a configuration video and we'll see if we can get the camera control focused. Let's see if we can do something like this. Can we do this? Let's see. There we go. Hey, I think we got it working. I'm a tech baby. Thanks for letting me know on that. So what's going on, guys? What's up? Muley's in the building. Dan, Bob, Dan, absolutely the most greatest #1 moderator alive. Robert, Bob, what's going on? Good to see you. Covey, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Huge shout out to you guys. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do now that you guys can see me and you're not drunk anymore. S&P 500, the IWM, the equally weighted. We're going to go through the QQQs, and once we get through all that, we'll go through my trades and then the economic data. It's very important that we know what's going on with that PCE tomorrow. I told you guys we were going to get a nice pocket of inflation this morning at 8:30, and we did. We'll go over that as well. It looks like we are still squatting on that 10-day moving average, so the market is waiting on something, and I think that might be the PCE index tomorrow on Friday. And if it comes out less than expected, less than the previous month, I think we are going to rip tater ship. You better believe it, baby. So let's just jump right into this. What's going on? Kevo Publon, what's going on, baby? Beast Stewie's in the house. Good to see you, Muley. Yeah, baby, let's go. I'm glad I'm not blurry anymore. All right, so with that being said, the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is still squatting down on that 10-day moving average. It's a little bit off here today. I did take a little peeky gander in the aftermarket though, and it looks like we are just getting above that 547 area. We just broke above 547 just a few minutes ago. And absolutely, this was a very hard area to get above, so it's good to see that we're actually holding a new higher low. Okay, so we got that data drop first thing this morning, right in this area, and it just popped up. And then it came back, it retested multiple times, and then it continued higher in the after hours. So it's showing that the data that we got today was strong enough to hold that 10-day moving average. And guys, I'm still risk on. If we're above a 10 and 21-day moving average, we are still risk on. So that's a beautiful sign for the overall market. Absolutely love that. So when we look at the S&P 500, what are we looking for? Well, we are looking to get out of the sideways action, because this sideways chop can really be hard on traders, especially if you are new. You get in something, it pulls back, it stops you out. You want to get in and you chase it, or you want to get back in and then it comes back out and chops you out. That's why I always try to take money out at 1 or 2R, so that way if it does come back and stop me out, like one of my trades today, I'm at least making money rather than losing money. So if you guys haven't experienced that just yet, you will. During these sideways market, these choppy markets, you're gonna see some chop in your P&L as well. So that's why we take profits as we move up in the mornings, so that way when it pulls back, if it does stop us out at break even, we're at least holding on to some of those profits. So that is the S&P 500. It's looking good. We're strong. It's on an uptrend. You cannot argue with this price action. You got this beautiful uptrend here following that 21-day moving average. And you also have this beautiful uptrend here off that $500 bounce that we called out, and a beautiful uptrend here. Now, we can still break down and bounce off this 21-day moving average, as I told you guys last night in the Discord meeting. And guys, if you're not a part of this Discord already, make sure you join. We have meetings like this every single night. It's a one-on-one with everybody, okay? Now, next up is the QQQs. What is this? Well, it's the tech heavy. It's very tech heavy. When you look at the QQQs, we're thinking about all the biggest tech names that are being held here. And we know that tech has led the way since 2023. Okay, so the QQQs is still well above the 10-day moving average and still pumping gains to the north side. Now, our concerning ETFs is going to be this IWM, which looks like it got a nice pop today. Now it looks like it just got up and over all of the moving averages today, which is a huge sign, but I am not that excited because we're on a short-term downtrend here, guys. You can see the short-term downtrend. If I just draw this out from off of these tops right here, you can see it's a short-term downtrend. Now, we want to hold this area, make new higher lows, and then get up above all the moving averages and continue to stay above those, okay? We know this concerning area of 200 is not just a psychological area, but it is a technical area as well. If we zoom out, you can see this technical area has smacked into this area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now is acting as support for its 6th time. Now, if we can stay above this $200 area and the psychological technical area, this IWM might be able to get some feet and start heading higher. I constantly bring this up to you guys. The S&P 500 is looking nice here. The breadth in the market is struggling a bit. But if you can just imagine with me for a minute, the simple fact that if the S&P 500 continues to head higher and then the breadth of the market starts to come in too, and we start seeing actionable trades across more sectors, we're going to continue to see this bull market rip a tater chip. You better believe it, baby. So if we take a look at the IWM, this is actually showing that it is constructive on a longer term. We are still heading north. On a short term, we are heading down. So we have some sideways chop on the IWM. So that's why we want to look just a little deeper without getting too confused here. We don't want to add too many things. We don't want to look at too many things. Why? I'm all about keeping it simple. Okay, that's why, am I risk on or off? I look at the S&P 500. If we're above a 21-day moving average and these moving averages are heading to the north side, then I am risk on. If it's below a 21-day moving average, then I am risk off. It's that simple. But if we want to look at the overall market and see what is going on without using the S&P 500 unequally weighted, we look at the equally weighted RSP. This takes your tech industry, the big techs, and it equalizes them with, your consumer discretionary, your communication stocks, your healthcare. It throws them all and they make them equal. And now you can see we're holding this uptrend here, but we are below the moving averages. So it's showing that breadth in the market, breadth with a D, B-R-E-D-T-H, breadth in the market is not the prettiest sight right here below a 50-day moving average. Sure, the 50-day moving average is starting to curl up. That's great. You know, big show of hands for the breadth in the market actually taking action here and trying to hold up above this, but it's below. So we need to give this some more time. Let's keep, and I say hope. Let's hope that this can get up higher. And I use that respectfully because if you have a 401k or a Roth IRA, you are in the S&P 500. You are a part of those stocks that are in the S&P 500 if you are not directly in the S&P 500, okay? So we hope that this continues higher for the sake of everyone's pockets. I see you shooting out the love there. I'm going to shoot it right back. And while I have you guys and I have your attention before we carry on, if you'll do me a huge favor, look at your screen here. I just want to make sure you guys are up to date. Click this live button. If you're all the way back here, I want you to click this live button so that way when we talk, you guys are with us while we are talking. So click that live button unless you're watching this at a later time. And then of course, if you'll smash this like button for me, just smash that like button. Make sure that like button is lit up so that way we have everybody in here supporting this channel that hasn't already. We have 18 of you watching. There's 13 likes. Let's get those numbers up, baby. I know we can do better than that. And I see you hitting the 100s and the loves. Absolutely. Hope you're a hopium dealer. That's the only thing I deal out here is that hope, baby, because you know it pays to be positive and you are a loser unless you're learning. So let's learn. Let's focus on being positive because we know that it pays to be positive. And why do I say that? Well, one of the things that I always like to bring up here and why I always say it pays to be positive is simply because if we go into our resources area, I like to post this chart right here, guys. Bull and bear market since 1946. The average bull market has lasted 5.5 years and has gained about 192%, where the bear markets are only there for a very short amount of time, 6 to 8 months, and they only come down about 33 to 36%. So if you are trying to choose sides on a swing or a long-term bias, what you want to focus on are the bulls, not the bears, because if you choose to be a bull more oftentimes than not, you are going to be right. So that's why it pays to be positive, folks. Now, I know there's a lot of things that we could talk about, the debt, the politics, whatever you want to talk about. There's so much negativity out there, and there's so much media out there that's geared towards that negativity. That's not this channel. That's not me. I will look at the positive until price action shows that it is not time to be positive anymore. So what do I mean by price action? Well, simply put, we look at the S&P 500, and if we're below a 21-day moving average, you won't hear me being so damn positive anymore, okay? You'll hear me to watch your risk management. Be careful. Only take 5-star trades, okay? So, guys, let's stay positive. We always need to stay positive, and there's no reason not to be positive right now. The S&P 500 doing great things. All right? Now, do you guys have any questions for me? Any questions at all? Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has now posted the Discord in the chat. So if you're not with us in that Discord, you're more than welcome to join the Discord for absolutely free. It's going to cost you nothing because we don't ask of anything. Swervo, Bob Dan, can you go ahead and let Swervo know in the Discord where the live stream is, please? Let him know to click that link in the chat, the general chat. Okay, so we went over the SPY, the IWM. Let's go over the VIX Volatility Index. Do we see any fear? No. Fear is dropping off the face of the earth. We don't have any fear in the market currently. Why? Well, probably because we are all waiting on one thing, and that is the PCE data. And we'll bring that up right after we look at the Dixie. What's the Dixie? The Dixie's your dollar. Those greenbacks, baby, that are sitting in your pocket right now with inflation heading so much higher, it makes those dollars cheaper. It makes your money in your pocket not nearly as much as it should be. So let's go ahead and look at the dollar. and the dollar is heading up higher. As you can see, it actually is creating this big flag here. And this isn't a good sign for the overall dollar, and it's not a good sign for the overall market. Now, we usually see an inverse correlation. Usually when the dollar goes higher, the market heads lower, at least for this whole period over here. That's exactly what happened. But now we're seeing a dollar go higher and the market goes sideways. Now, what can happen here? Well, we can see that we also have this area right here. This is an area of resistance. This is an area of support. And until it breaks one way or the other, that is when we're gonna not have such a scary factor here, okay? So it's creating a flag, and it has this nice uptrend, not nice for us, but this has an uptrend, and this has the downtrend. So once it breaks one way or the other, it's going to show up in the market. So it's one thing that you can look at, but not something I really concern myself with. But I do want to make you guys aware of your dollar and where it sits right now. We wanna see our dollar heading lower if you expect the stock market to head higher. Why? Well, if your dollar is worth more, then why would you take that dollar and put it into a more speculative item like a stock? If your dollar is losing value, then you're gonna wanna take that dollar to get it to make money over time, right? So a big reason why your dollar gets higher is because people find this as a safety place, right? Other places will buy into the dollar because they find it to be a safe place to store their money. So the dollar right now is at an area of resistance, and I do hope for the sake of the overall stock market and the S&P 500 that we do break down from this 106.11 area, okay? We can look at a few other things in this area like gold. You can see gold is starting to trend down now, but it's still holding this area of 2310, but we do have a downtrend right here. I told you guys a while ago that I was bearish on gold, although I did not take a stance in it. We even called out this breakout area in gold, if you guys remember, and I also called out this trend break in gold as well. Now, once we got up to the top, and I had family and friends coming to me and saying, hey, would you buy gold? Is gold something that you would buy? Should I buy stocks of gold or just actual gold? I kept hearing all your normal people, not people like you and I, not people that study the market, but normal, regular Joes like my grandparents or my friends or my family who just know that I have a show, who want to create conversation. They were asking me about gold. That's when I thought, we may have hit a top, okay? It's kind of a common denominator after you've been doing this for so many years. When you hear average Joes talking about something, that's when you get concerned. That's why NVIDIA was a little concerning for me when we were at this top, because everybody was talking about NVIDIA. All the chats were blowing up about NVIDIA, and I had friends who were asking, hey, what is NVIDIA? I thought it was just gaming graphics card, you know? And it's like, well, actually, do you know what AI is? You know, so then it had a big pullback, but I am in NVIDIA. It is something that I have been a part of. So if you guys don't have any questions on the overall state of the market, we are going to get into the economic data, and then we'll go over my trade shortly after that. But the economic data is very, very important here, guys. Why? Well, let's take a little peeky gander of what we have going on. Well, let's take a little look right here. Core PCE. Core PCE month over month and the year over year is coming out. Now, if we click on these, you'll find that the core right here, we'll just bring, my computer's freaking out on you. Uh-oh, I think I broke it. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we got some music for you. So this is the year over year, the core PCE. I'll just read it verbatim, and I want you guys to take a look at this chart right here. I'll just slide it over so you can see it a little better. So we'll do the year, and you guys can see we're on a nice downtrend here. That's a very good sign for the overall market. Now the core PCE index is the less volatile measure of the PCE price index, which includes the more volatile and seasonal food and energy prices, all right? So this is core PCE. This is going to take in food and energy. The impact on the currency might go both ways. A rise in inflation may lead to a rise in interest rates and blah, 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 blah. You guys know this already. We want to see this go down, We want to see the core PCE go down, okay? It's very important for this to go down, because if it goes down, that means we are paying less for our goods, all right? Now we can see we've had a gradual decline over this course of the past year, and we've been trading sideways on it now over the past few months. So if we can get a decline in this measure, and we can get inflation back down to that 2%, because right now we are stuck at an inflationary rate at 3.3. If you guys look at the past 2024, we came down from last year. At the end of the year, we're at 4.1. At the beginning of the year, we're at 6.4. Now we're down to that 3.1. Last month, we were at 3.3, and this July, we will have new inflationary data that come out. Why is this so damn important? Let me tell you why this is so damn important to you and I. Simply put, guys, we want to see this get down to 2%. So Papa Powell, when he takes a look at this, he can say, hey, those interest rates that I held at 5.5 for so long, we can finally bring those down. Now, another thing to look at too is that CME group. If we look at this, guys, we are expecting another rate stay here in July. Now, we do have at least a 10% chance that we'll come down a quarter of a rate cut, but is that going to happen? My chips aren't betting on in July we get that cut. I've been telling you this for a very, very long time now. September, we have a over 50% chance of coming down a quarter of a percent. We are less likely to be at that same 5.5 rate stay in September. We are more likely to come down now to the target rate of 5 to 5.25. So a quarter of a rate cut, 57.9% chance. Okay. Now, if the PCE comes out and we are higher than expected, let's just say it comes out much higher than expected, that's going to be a very, very bad sign for the year over year. Okay. So the forecast is 2.6. The previous was 2.8. So anything under this 2.8 will probably be, very good for the overall market. If we can get it under this 2.6 or at 2.6, I think the market will take it in a bullish sign, okay? Now the month over month, same thing. We are looking at food and energy prices, which is a huge inflationary data. If we take this and we look at the previous month over month was 0.2%. The forecasted 0.1%. If we can actually show that we are deflation, that we are coming down in this area, that would be a beautiful sign for that overall market. Dan Bob says there's a ghost moving the curtain behind you. I actually have a big fan above me, just above me over here. Actually over here. Yeah, this way. And yeah, that's what's moving it. So the ghost is gone. We actually got rid of the ghost, so that's a good thing. So yeah, this is the, I wanted to show you guys the month over the month so you can see what it looked like. So here's the month over month. You can see March, we were a little higher than we wanted to be, and we've gradually been coming down, which is really good. It's really nice to see it gradually coming down. We're going to have, we're going to want to see this come down. Now, when we had this big pop up here, I remember during the Fed Chair Powell, when he was talking, he was saying things, he was saying a lot of things about this, how he's not going to overreact to higher US core PCE index. He's not going to overreact to it, just like he's not going to overreact to it being less than expected. He's going to allow the data to pool in, and he is going to take in it all until he is very certain that that interest rate is going to come down. Okay, I'm sorry, not the interest rate to come down, but that the overall inflation is going to come down. That way, then he can cut. Okay, so it's very important that we understand this PCE data and that we have it come in lower, because the overall market, guys, I tell you all the time, the overall market here is trying to price in that PCE data. It's trying to, it's a futuristic forecast, meaning they're already trying to price in that data, and if it comes out worse than expected, we're going to drop very fast, okay? Does anybody have any questions on the PCE data or what they can expect? I'm going to take a little sip. This one's for me, not for you. I'm thirsty. Let me tout. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay. All right, perfect. If we're all caught up, Before we go into my trades, I want to take a quick look at my screen. We like to do this, guys. We got 20 of you watching. Hell yeah, let's go, baby. I knew this was going to be a nice one. And guys, we are growing so stinking fast, guys. So stinking fast. I appreciate each and every one of you. Smash that like button. Go ahead and vote on the poll now. We got 17 of you already voted. That's awesome. So it shows 47% of you say inflation is getting better. 35% of you saying the inflation is getting worse. And don't judge me, Swervo. Don't judge me, bro. And 17% say you're just here for the watch list. Well, oh, what did I put? I'm just here fought the watch list. That's supposed to be 4, but thank you. I'm glad that you guys are forgiving. But yeah, I am drinking an energy drink at 9 p.m. I got to stay awake for you guys. At least it's a cheap one. These Rippets here in Michigan are very cheap. They're like $1.35. They just run right through me. It's no big deal, guys. But I got to stay awake for you. Come on. And I got another meeting after this. I mean, I'm always working. I'm always working, baby. But I got to be up for you guys in the morning anyway. David doesn't sleep. You're darn tootin'. The market doesn't sleep. I don't sleep either, baby. There's news to ingest. There's stuff to regurgitate. Come on. We got to get some stuff done, baby. So don't worry. We'll be doing that market watch list very, very soon. So I appreciate you guys voting on the poll. We're going to come back to this in a little bit to see where you guys are at, but make sure you're hitting that like. If you haven't already, well, hit that subscribe button. I don't know what the hell you are waiting for, guys. I bring you everything, commentary, data, live trading, and of course, we do these meetings every single night in the Discord. So join up on that too. All right, what do we got next for you guys? My trades. Let's go over my current account. I'm still holding NVIDIA, okay? You guys know that I exited NVIDIA after it broke this 10-day moving average. Once it set up again, it looked a little cleaner on the hourly. Look at this beautiful break in the pre-market on the hourly. So at the market open, I took 50 shares. Why did I only take 50 shares? Well, to be very honest, I didn't like the way the overall market was looking, but I wanted to take my breakout. So I took half share size into this, and currently on this trade, we're only up about $167. I'm just holding on to it. If it comes back down and stops me out at break even, I'm not gonna lose any money on this trade, okay? So we're up 167 on this trade. I'm happy with the trade. I'm happy where it sits. And I'm liking this curl. I'm liking this intraday curl. So if we draw this trend line off of this, I'm not saying that this is a play, guys. I'm just saying that it's nice to see it holding new higher lows on this hourly. And it's nice to see this curl as the S&P 500 curls up. So if we get better than expected core PCE data tomorrow and we get the market to come up, I think NVIDIA is going to help drag that market to the north side as well. Okay? MRUS is another trade that I took today. MRUS, you know, I've been seeing a lot of this happen lately. A lot of this. Let me blow this up for you guys so you can see it a little bit better and get rid of this. I've been seeing this happen a lot lately, guys. We'll get a nice run up, but we're not seeing a lot of volume come into this. As you guys know, I like to take my trades at key areas on volume. And you can see here's some volume right here, and it just came in hard and quick, and I could not grab a hold of this. I could not get a hold of this. And so I wasn't going to just buy this extended now, okay? So if I zoom out, you can see that we had, this looks a little different, so let me put this in the hourly so you can understand it better. You can see when this came up, it went right into the trend line, and a part of me says that, you know, hey, if we pull this trend line to hit the top of this, it did break that trend line, okay? But I did not want to take it because I seen the volume come in, but right before it came in, it was like slowly grinding. All of this, it was like slowly grinding, and then on this 5 minute, it just slowly grinded. The volume just didn't come in, and then when it did, it was there, and then it was gone. Look at that, it's gone. Now, I sat back and I watched this thing, and I seen it form another trend line on the intraday, and then some more volume start to come in right here as it slowly started to rise. I decided to take this trend break here on half share size. So I only took 100 shares of this. So if you guys look, I'm only risking, you know, like $75, I think, on this. It's not much. It's not much at all. I took, actually, this is probably only an 8th share size. I think I was only risking like $44 here, guys. That's it. And there's good reason for it. I didn't get it where I wanted to at this 57.40. And if we look at the daily watch list that I brought up, I'll just bring this up. Guys, I usually always will have a daily watch list for you. And in this daily watch list, I said, if breaks above 57.50 on volume, this could be a take. I would love to see a few more days to tighten up on the 10 or 21 day. We will see what the market gives us. So I put this daily watch list here, and if you see, this 57.50 is right about here, guys. It's right here, all right? So I really like this breaking out this area. This is the price I wanted to get. So now if I'm gonna take this trade and I play it on this trend breakout, I'm not gonna take my full share size because I actually wanted this at 57.50. So if I still wanna take this, I need to change things. I need to change things a little bit. I'm not gonna take full share size now when my plan was 57.50. Now I have to really reduce my risk, okay? And so I still wanted to be a part of this trade because I still thought it was nice. I seen this volume come in on the 5 minute. So I said, hey, I'm gonna take this trade, but I'm going to reduce my risk because it is not part of my morning's game plan, okay? So you can see right here, 57.50 on volume. This could be the take. That's not where I took it, folks. So to be true to myself and be comfortable in the trade, I reduced share size. Okay, and I only took 100 shares on this. Now, you can see it's paying me well right now. We're up $187 on this trade. That's very, very nice. Dan Bob says, I was there watching, but it ran on me, taught me not to chase. Yeah, and I didn't chase it either, brother. I didn't chase it either. I had to wait for another setup. That's why I played this intraday 5-minute setup after I seen the volume. And this really is, so to answer your other question, Dan Bob, this is the 5-minute time frame. This is what we're looking for to see the volume come in. Now, I seen the volume come in, but buying it up here for me was a chase, right? So I wanted it down here at 57.50. It blew through that, and I didn't want to chase it. So I watched it throughout the rest of the day, and when I seen it hold this new area of $58, that's when I decided to use this as my new risk. So I got beautiful risk reward here, guys. As you can see, me risking that 58 level, I'm risking 0.66%. 0.66% on a 5.3 ADR, okay? 5.3 ADR, that's huge, guys. That's really, really good risk reward. And now we are up, let's see, by the end of the day, we're up to 4.5 R on this trade. 4.5 R. That's really, really good risk reward right there. Now, because I'm not holding too many shares, I do this quite often. I won't exit even a portion of my share size because it is such a small share size. I'm willing to bring this stop loss up to break even within the next 2 to 3 days and see what happens with this trade. I don't want to take any out because it's such a small share size, okay? So I'm holding MRUS and NVDA, and right now if we look at MRUS on the daily, you can see this is a beautiful, beautiful trend breakout. It was a little harder to get into, I will admit, but like I said, I would have liked to see a couple or at least one more tighter day on this before the breakout on volume, but hey, I don't argue with price action. I will not argue with price action. Price action is king. Technical analysis is king. You pair the 2 to 2 together, you're going to be cooking, baby. All right. Now, there was one other one I took today, and that was CRDO, I believe it was. Now, look at CRDO. This has been happening to me in a choppy market. Now, I made $72 on CRDO. Nothing to brag about, right? This is just chump change. But if you take the old trader, the old David, okay, I would have never taken any money out of this, but I would have stopped out. And there's a big reason why at 1 or 2 R we take some of this out. Now, I had a good 300 shares of the, or not 300 shares, I was risking $300 on this. So I was up quite a bit of money. I was up about $300 or $400 right in this area. I took out a chunk, I think 1/3. Yeah, so I was up about $250, $280, somewhere around there when we got up to this 3087, and I took out 1/3 right here, okay? That was, let's just see the R. If we calculate the risk multiples, 1.5, so a little over 2.5 R. I take out 1/3 of the trade, and then I bring my stop from low of day up to break even. Okay, the psychological $30 area. and it came down and it stopped me out at break even, and now look where it sits. I would be up quite a bit more money. Now, I'm not mad about it. Why? Because if we look at the overall S&P 500, you guys will see we have been chopping around the past 4 days, actually 5 days now. We've just been chopping around, up and down, up and down, up and down. I can't expect CRDO just to continue to rip higher. Now, if this was a better market conditions where we were just going higher, I don't think it would have came down this far, right? Because if you look at the S&P 500 on the 5-minute, you can see, look at this big pullback, right? CRDO, if we were in better market conditions, would have never pulled back like that, okay? And with a 5.8% ADR, not only would have this went much, much higher if the S&P 500 wasn't chopping around this morning, but I never would have had to worry about my risk being this low or this tight. Okay, and we'd be up a lot more money. So I'm not fretting, I'm not fearing the issue of only making $72 on the stock and leaving, you know, $300, $600, $500 on the table. I could care less. It's not the right market conditions, so I'm still coming out on top, making some money. Okay, so we made some good money on this trade, and I'm very, very happy with this trade. So we'll see where this goes. I'm going to continue to watch it because look at this beautiful base breakout, guys. This is why we called this out in this CRDO was on the watch list as well. I'll just bring this up for you guys so you guys can understand why we do these watch lists. Here's MRUS, right? I'm in it. CRDO, beautiful base here. I won't argue if she takes off today, but a few more days of tight action, letting the 10-day moving average catch up would work even better. So look, what am I expecting? To let this 10-day catch up and let it get tighter, but I did not argue with that price action. She took off on volume, so we took that trade, and it worked out beautifully. For some of you that re-entered, like Danny, he still is holding this beautiful stock. So I love to see the fact that he is still in this thing, still ripping to the north side. How many, I know a few other of you got CRDO in the Discord. Who else is holding that? Swervo, I know you were working all day. Did you take any trades today, Swervo? Let me know in the chat. B. Stewie, did you get CRDO? I can't remember, brother. I know that you grabbed a few trades today, but I can't remember which ones. So that was my stocks today. Oh, Muley, you got it? You got CRDO? Oh, hell yeah, brother. What was your average price, Muley? Let me know in the chat, bro. Hell yeah, shooting some love right there for you. I'm glad that you got a hold of that. And this is why we do this watch list, guys. This is why we do this watch list. If you guys don't remember, we called out NNE well before anybody else out there was talking about NNE. When people start talking about it, that's when you start selling that shit. We look for the relative strength, 95. We look for the highest ADR, 19.6%. And then we take those trades at that 750 on volume, and we made a ton of money. When everybody else started talking about it, everybody else was trying to buy in at those tops, we were selling our shares into them. We were selling at 25. We were selling at 27. We sold at 33. We are peeling off shares, guys. This is why we do this watch list. And sure enough, today, we took MRUS, we took CRDO, and there was a few other ones we were keeping a very close eye on. And tomorrow, we have another watch list for you, of course. So if you're not part of that Discord, make sure you get a hold of it. Swervo, 13-hour shift, bro. You're making that money. You're buying coffee tomorrow morning. You're waking me up tomorrow morning. You're buying the coffee, Swervo, with those 13-hour days. Let's go. Mugda Muley says 3103. So let's take a look at that. 3103. Oh boy, hang on. I don't like that. 3103. Why'd you take it at 3103, bro? I mean, I see the high of daybreak, but the base breakout's all the way down here at 30. So just keep that in mind. Not putting you on blast, homie. But I do want you to get the best area that you possibly can get in. So unless you have a strategy set in place to buy this, I mean, I understand this is an intraday base breakout, but the base breakout was down here in the 30s, just as we called out in the daily watch list. So just keep that in mind, buddy. We want everybody making money. So Yosef, 3127, that's where you're in at. Yeah, Yosef, I'm telling you guys, this is, I feel like you guys, I don't mean to be a douchebag, okay, but you guys are chasing. You guys are chasing. And I'm only telling you this because, first of all, actually, I didn't put a number on this daily watch list, But this was the base breakout right here on the daily, guys. Right here in the morning, your alert should have went off, and you should have grabbed a piece of this or at least bought it on that bounce back. You see where my green arrow is? $30.05, okay? Yosef, you bought it at 30.27? Okay, that's better. I hope you're not messing with me, because just 2 chats ago you said 31.27. All right. Oh, okay. I hope it was just, you just accidentally said 31.27. All right. Well, I like 30.27 much, much better. And if you got it at 30.27, yeah, I would say that that's a good price. And if you're using low of day, I don't know, did you stop out on that, or are you guys still holding? I hope you guys are still holding, because this thing is doing really, really well. I know, Muley, you're probably still holding because you got that price after it broke out of this area. But we'll see if Yosef is or not. But yeah, guys, I'm pumped. I'm pumped that we can call those out for you. Tomorrow, we have a few that we can go over, guys. So those are my chats. Those are my trades. Now we will go over, you guessed it, what everybody's been waiting for. The watch list. FBI, open up! It's just a watch list. We'll be right out. Listen up, guys. We have a watch list. With this market trying to beat you up, trying to hold you back, just trying to chop you out, we still are maintaining a watch list, a daily watch list every day just for you. And I know you guys, some of you are only here for that beautiful, beautiful watch list. You better believe it, baby. We have your watch list. Now, do keep in mind, we had a lot of setups pop in this morning, and a lot of those came up high and came right back down low. Some of them chopped out. Some of them had a slow grind to the north side. We have a few on the chart for tomorrow, but do keep in mind that core PCE, when it comes out at 8:30, could change the game forever. We might see everything rip tater chip. So if you are still holding that CRDO, that might be a beautiful sign for you, because if core PCE comes out and we start to go, then guess what? It's rip tater chip. You guys might head right to the north side. So if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Take a look at my screen. Let's go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you are live. Bring it up here live, baby. You want to make sure you are up to date, because we are going over that beautiful, beautiful stock market watch list, baby. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and then we're going to go over the vote. So make sure you vote too, baby. We got 18 of you that have voted. Oh man, that looks good. That looks really juicy. All right, let's go over the watch list, guys. Now, keep in mind, this is my watch list. These are my ideas. They are not yours. Do not take anything. Do not sue me. Don't trade the same trades I do, all that good stuff. But this is going to be a watch list. Not a trade list, a watch list. All right, so CLEU. Now, I was going over a few of these with Covey. Some of these we need a few more days, like CLEU, okay? CLEU, this is riding this 10-day moving average, but you can see we have this huge push up on volume. A huge push up on volume. Now, as it pulls back, it's trying to hold this 10-day moving average. If we can give this some more time to respect this $3 base, this thing is a 16.1% very, very fast mover. Why am I not looking at everything on here? So CLEU, all right, we have a very fast mover, 16.01 with a RS rating of 96. And guys, if you want to see or use this charting setup, Dan Bob Dan will post this charting setup for you in the chat. If you use this, if you use my link and you decide to upgrade, which you don't have to, it's absolutely free. We're going to give you a free charting platform, so that way you can see the RS rating, you can see the average daily range rating. He'll post that up in the chat for you, so you guys can click on that link and you can download it for absolutely free. And if you decide that you want more, you want to get a part of that essential plan or higher, you get $15 off. So we're saving you money if you click and use our link, okay? So Dan Bob just posted that in the chat, so make sure you guys click on that and at least get something started there. Then you can watch the YouTube video that Covey has in our trading school that is in our YouTube. You can watch him set everything up for you so it looks just like my screen. Okay, so here's the 10-day, the 21-day. Here's the RS rating. We have a 96 RS rating, and if you look up here, this ADR percentage is 16%. That is a beautiful sign, guys. Now we want to see it ride this 10-day moving average, maybe get tight, and then lock in on this $3 area. If it can break above this psychological and this technical area of $3 and we break to the north side, CLEU could be a very nice mover. Now, do keep in mind it is a Chinese piece of stock, but also keep in mind that Chris Kulamagi will tell you these can be some of the best movers out there. We also have EBS. So EBS is showing, not to be confused with IBS, okay? Because that is some horrible shit. So ADR is 10.65%. The RS rating is 99. And we have this base. It's basing and getting tight here on the 10-day moving average. Covey actually brought this one up to me as well as the previous one. We were scouring the market for some practical stocks here. And if you look at the 716 area, if we can get some volume to break to the north side, I think this could be actionable. Now, we do have some overhead resistance, but it's been a while ago before it happened. So we would want to see this thing really get to ripping in this area. I'm not seeing a ton of volume previous to this. So it's nice to see this big volume blurb up here and then these pullbacks where they're riding that 21-day moving average, and now it's just trading sideways, getting tight on this 711. So grab yourself a Slurpee and let's have ourselves a show if we can get this thing to go. So I'd like to see EBS break above that area. We also have ULS. ULS is looking very good in this area. Why do I say that? Well, if we take a little peeky gander at it, we have this 21-day moving average holding out after a push up. There wasn't much volume on this push up, so it's kind of concerning, but this is a newer IPO, so that is nice to see. ULS Solutions is looking good in this area. Let's look at this trend. Let's take a little peeky gander at this trend. I love this trading platform. Everything you can, like on this trading platform, he shows you in the video, but you can click on this and then you can just click these star buttons and it makes this cool little, this little widget here. So you can always use like what your favorite things, you know what I mean? So let's say it breaks up above this area right here. On volume, this is where I'm going to want to take it. Okay, so maybe it pops up tomorrow, breaks up above this area, and then we get a nice, a nice little blast off here. This thing takes off, just takes off for us, and we make a little bit of money. So that's what we're looking for. EBS, that would be absolutely beautiful. Or I'm sorry, ULS, excuse me. We also have FLYE. Now this is interesting. To say the least, but I looked up on this. This has got a lot of dilution on it, so do keep that in mind. This is a shit stock, okay? This is a garbage stock. These are not buy and holds, these stocks that I've been showing you. These are very actionable, very fast, rip your face off, make or break your account movers. So you need to understand how to use risk management. If you don't have risk management, you don't know how to use risk management, you absolutely do not use that. Kevo Paban, what are you saying, not me? What's that? Not me what? So FLYE, this does have dilution. There's some garbage people in there. There's some garbage people trying to dilute this stock, and we don't condone to that, okay? Let me fix this focus here. There we go. I don't know what's going on with the focus. It's weird, but I got you. Now you can see me. Get your drunk goggles off. All right, next up, guys, we have OLLI. I don't know if you guys have this in the old Canadian area, but Ollie's Bargain Market is in this area. And you can see these consumer discretionary stocks or retail trade stocks are doing very, very well most recently. Now, we have this huge push up on earnings, a pullback. It rides this 10-day moving average and takes off higher once again on volume. Now it's trading sideways and it's holding this nice little top here. So I like to see this right here. It's holding this top, and if it can break out above this area, that would be nice. Of course, I want to see this 10-day moving average slowly catch up and for this to get tighter and tighter and tighter. We also have this psychological area of $100 chilling right here. It almost hit that, actually it did. It hit that $100 psychological area by 31 cents and then came right back down in and is trading very, very tight. So what happens when you don't have any more supply and you only have demand? Well, prices go up, okay? That's economics 101. You're welcome, that was free. So keep that in mind, guys. you know, psychological $100 area. We have supply, or we have demand, and we have some supply right here. If that supply at that $100 area gets chewed out, well, guess what? We're gonna have to head higher, and we're gonna have to head up higher faster. Now, this is a slower mover at 3.46%, but I did wanna make this a part of that just because it is a familiar name for me, and it is very, very close to that 4%. Okay, so I put it on here for you in case that's something that you were into. Now, we have a few other ones like NEXT. This one is absolutely, oh, which ticker is that? That's OLLI, Ollie's Bargain Market. OLLI. Yeah, you guys can't see that on the screen. There you go. There you go. Now you can see it at the top left. Sorry about that. OLLI. So the next stock that we are going to look at is, let me find it, NEXT. So NEXT, this is getting really, really tight here. We need to keep in mind, so not only is this a faster mover at 4.5%, so this is what we're looking for, and an RS rating of 94%, but we also want to keep in mind that if we zoom out here, we can see, and I'll just put this on the weekly so we can see this a little bit better here. You can see we still have some resistance above us. So if we can get above this daily area and break out, which is getting really, really tight right now. I do like the looks of NEXT, but if we break out, we need to keep in mind 850 is the next area to get through, okay? Because there is some volume here. There is some volume at that 850. So we need to keep that in mind. So when it breaks out in this area and you're risking low of day, I would highly recommend that you take a little out at 850 and let it pull back and then try and break through 850 again, or maybe it gets enough volume to break through all of it and then we just get a uppercut that just keeps on heading higher and higher and higher to the north side, okay? So we'll see if that happens very, very soon, because you know we want
another one.
And another one, and another one, because we want to make that money, baby. That's what we do. That's just what we do, baby. So NEXT is looking okay. It's not the best stock. Let's look at GDS. Now, if we zoom out on GDS, you can see we also have some resistance here, and the RS rating's a little lower. This thing moves at 4.36%, but we want to see this breakout right here at this psychological $10 area. I would look to take a bid around 968 on GDS, but we'll see. Again, we don't have the best of the best breakouts. SMLR, this is also a little lower in that RS rating, but I really like the structure here where this is building up on the 10 and 21 day moving average, and once again building up on the 10 and 21 day moving average, and now having this inside day getting very, very tight. So if I draw this trend line out for you, it looks something like this, and then we might get ourselves a nice breakout tomorrow right in this area. And if we can do that, I would be mucho grande grateful to take this on the 5-minute for a breakout to the north side. Now, of course, once again, it is a lower RS rating. I like to see those RS ratings at 90, okay? So it's a little bit lower than I would like to see. Yosef, trend break 1 hour SE. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. Guys, I only got a few more tickers that we're going to take a look at. So if you want to start spamming the chat with the tickers you want me to look at, we have a few minutes and we can go over those. So this is SMLR. It's one to keep on our watch list. RNA is going to be a beautiful one. Yeah, if you guys have something that you want me to look at like SE, like Yosef put in the chat, or if you guys have anything else that you want me to do some analysis on, or to see if it is a base or a trend breakout, throw it up in the chat and I will take a little peeky gander here in just a minute. Now, this is the stock that I really want to see. This is my number one on my watch list. This has your RS rating of 99, and it has an ADR percentage right here of 6.46. This is a beautiful, beautiful mover right here. This is what you want to see in a stock. Why? Look at this base right here at this top. This is the base that you want to see. All right. These type of base breakouts are the ones that we are looking for, where it has a big push up on volume, then it pulls back and it just holds and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, letting this 10-day moving average catch up to it. All right, so that $41 area is the area that we want to see on that base breakout. And guys, if you look in the chat right now, I actually posted that TradingView software for you. If you're not a part of this TradingView software, it's extremely powerful. And he will, if you look at our swing trading school, we also show you how to set all this up so you can have charts that look as clean and beautiful as mine. So the RS rating is 99. The average daily range is 6.46, and look how nice and tight this thing is getting right here, right at that 41. This is gonna be my number one on my watch list for tomorrow. I really like RNA, and honestly, it just beats all the other stocks. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. It's also in biotech, biotech's been hot since like January. So you're not gonna get anything good on the quarterly or annually earnings. It's gonna look like shit. But we do get very, very good moves to the north side. Let's see. Muley says, can you check XLRE? Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Stop limit order looks good for this, like how Danny was. Yeah, you know, Danny is a different kind of trader. He's a beast, man. Danny's been doing this a lot longer than I have, and he's extremely well, and we are very, very grateful to have him. He sleeps while we do these meetings, or he would be a part of this too. But we have a lot of great traders in this room with us, in our Discord with us, and I'm so grateful for being, I just got done talking to somebody, you know, that I talked for a year every night at 6 p.m. His name, my boy Stewie, and so shout out to you, Stewie, if you're listening. I appreciate you, buddy. And I keep all of these traders close to me. I keep them all close. I reach out to them every once in a while. I keep them close like family because, you know, I want to know how they're doing. I want to see their progress. I love to hear what's going on. And then I created this Discord, and they all just started to come together. And it's beautiful to see, guys, because once we get a bunch of great traders together, we create a community that is focused on process. We're not a bunch of, degenerates that are just looking to get in, oh, what's the hottest stock? You know, that's not what this is. We are focused on getting better each and every day, and I'm just so proud of this community that is growing so damn fast. So yes, RNA would be a nice for a limit order here at that $41 area. That's how Danny trades. Me personally, I look at that 5-minute time frame, and I'm looking for volume. So that way, if we do get a reversal, and it's a fast reversal, it's at least being backed up by some volume here, higher than average volume, okay? So if we can get some volume to break through this area, I will take it on that volume, and that's the only way I'm gonna take it, okay? But Danny's a different beast. He'll do whatever the hell he wants. All right, so let's look at your guys' trades. And if I missed anything else, just let me know and we can go over it. So let's take a look at what you guys want me to take a little peeky gander at. Yosef says SE. Let's take a look at SE on the daily time frame here. Let's go ahead and fix that. Alt R, and let's see. So SE, this has got a nice little type here. It's also riding that 21-day moving average. If it can, this 76.24. So the only issue with C Limited is the fact that it's a slow mover. 2.34%, that's not going to make you millions. That's a very slow mover. It's hard for me to get into stocks like that. The RS rating's good though. That's a 98% RS rating. So if we're going to just ignore the fact that it's a slow mover and it only moves 2.34% a day, I could see this basing out and holding a base trend break above 76.72. These aren't buy or sell recommendations by any means, but you can see this green line here. You can see that's where we're getting some selling in here. This thing wants to break out higher. That could be nice. It looks like they are a good company. I shouldn't say a good company. It looks like they are actually bringing in some net margin now, so that's nice. They're finally becoming profitable as of the past year. This year, they're profitable, so that's a good sign, especially this stock. So yeah, I mean, I could see the trade on this. I think it needs more time. It needs to base out, have some more inside days, and then break out on volume. But I just don't like how slow it is. So I like it. I like it. Let's see, XLRE. So I think this is retail, isn't it? Retail. Yeah, retail estate select sector. So this is an ETF, guys. This is retail. Now, if you guys look here, we've been on a downtrend on retail for quite some time. What do I mean by downtrend? Well, if I just draw this downtrend out for you, you can see we've been downtrending. Now we are starting to create new higher lows on this, meaning here's a higher, or here's a low, okay? Here is a new higher low right here. Here's a new higher low right here. Draw this out for you. And here it looks, could be a new higher low right here, all right? So if this wants to continue to do this, this could show a nice breakout to the north side. So if you know any fast-moving real estate stocks, I want you to get together a nice watch list for us, Muley. Get us the fastest moving and the best RS stocks, and bring it to the table, would you? That would be absolutely awesome. So I like what you found here on this. I like what you're seeing here. If this has a breakout, we want to have a watch list in line, and that would be awesome if you could do that. Let's see here. Kevo Plabond, would you see me yawn, dude? Did I yawn? He says the energy drink is not working. No, yeah, that'll happen. I'm trying to drown the yawn out with the rip it. Oh, man. All right, yeah, but yeah, Muley, I gotta agree with you, dude. It's looking pretty popular. I like it. Swervo, yeah, we got that. Kevo Plabond, not working. Yeah, I'm gonna drown that out. Michael Anthony says GTN has 19 insider bought from $8 to $9.61, which made a profit of 79 cents, which book value is $20.67. Michael Anthony, what's going on? It's good to see you in here, brother. Let's take a little peeky gander at GTN. Now, I'm going to be very, very blunt with you. I don't know if you know exactly how I trade or not, but I'm going to tell you right now, when I see something like this, I do not like the look of it. The very first thing I see, it's got an RS rating of 14. And here on this channel, we like to have anything above 90. We're looking to trade RS ratings above 90. The reason for that is if the S&P 500 pulls back, the relatively strong stocks with the higher RS rating aren't going to pull back nearly as fast, okay? Also, when I look at something like this, this is on a downtrend. So unless you're looking to short something like this, you're more likely to get a pullback. Now, I'm not saying that this thing can't rip, tater, chip to the north side tomorrow, but what I'm saying is I much rather bet on something else that is in an uptrend. So if it looks something more like this, in this area right here, and it's uptrending, and then we're buying on support, or we're buying a breakout, like let's say right here, or let's say this is a trend breakout right here, that might be more actionable. But when we see something like this that's just trending to the sell side, this is what you call catching a falling knife. I don't know how to catch a falling knife, and I don't ever want to try catching a falling knife. So that's just what I see here, Michael. And also, one other thing I want to point out, which, again, everybody trades differently, but I'm trying to create a community that plays base and trend breakouts, following William O'Neill, Oliver Kell, following Dan Zanger, following Chris Quilamagi. We follow all of these very unique traders because they have timeless strategies that have made millions and millions of dollars. Okay, so we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but the way you're trading might work for you. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I do not look at insider bought. I don't look at book value or anything like that. I look at technical analysis, relative strength. I look at some fundamentals if it deems actionable. And I also look at the average daily range percentage. And we're looking for high volume pullbacks that show a base or a trend that break out on volume, okay? And we're always using that risk management as well. So Michael, I don't like GTN. This won't be on my watch list, but you might have yourself something. It's just not part of my. So let's see. Real estate had life today on Spider. Yeah, let's take a look at Spider. Let's see what Spider. So if we look at the overall S&P, the Spider here, and we scroll down, I like to look at the full sector. This is the 1 day. Communication services did really well today. Discretionary did well. Energy and real estate. Yeah, real estate had a nice push up today. And if we look at real estate, you can see these are all the top holdings. It doesn't show the average daily range in this, but these are the top holdings right here, SPG. Well, what we need to do though is to find out which ones are the fastest movers in real estate which ones are the leaders in real estate. And then from there, if real estate starts to pop back up, this would be something for an actionable area, okay? So Muley, if you'll do that homework, that would be awesome, man. I'd love for you to bring that to the table. I would love for you to bring a nice piece of data. If Fed rate cuts, then XLRE might pop. You know what? I would have to fully agree with you. If the Fed is going to cut those rates, of course we are going to see it's easier to get a loan and people are going to spend a lot more money the second the Fed cuts those rates. And that's why that core PCE data coming out tomorrow is so important, guys. Because if we have lower than expected core PCE data, then we are more likely to cut rates sooner, which might bring up, instead of just one rate cut this year, if all of a sudden the CME Fed tool says we might get 2 rate cuts this year, you're going to see the market rip, tater chip to the north side, and you guys will wish you had way more stocks than what you already have right now. So let's go ahead and keep that in mind. The core PCE is going to be very, very interesting tomorrow. Let's see what else we have here. Feel free to join us at the Nightly 9. Yes, the Discord is in the chat. So guys, do we have any more questions? No? No more questions? Come on, I know you guys got some questions. Just one last time though, if you guys want to get this charting platform, if you want to get it set up like we have it, we have that affiliate link. It is in the chat. You just got to scroll up and find it. I posted it for you. It's that Trading View, baby. And we teach you exactly how to do this in our YouTube channel. It's one of the first ones that pop up there. Absolutely, yeah. All right, guys. All right. I think we did awesome. Do we have any more questions, comments, or concerns? We got 19 of you in here. Let's go over the votes. Let's bring this up here. All right, so if you look at my screen here, you can see we are live. So click that live button. If you haven't already, smash that like button. The like button's right here. If you can't find it, I'll find it for you. It's right here, baby. We'll refresh the page and see where we're at. Bada bing, bada boom. We have 15 likes, 18 watching. Go ahead and smash that like button. Don't be afraid. It will not bite. I promise you. I can almost guarantee you, unless your mouse is busted. We have 19 votes, though. So let's take a look at this vote. Will the PCE data show inflation is getting better or worse? This is a nice poll here. We got 47% say that inflation is getting better. We have 37% of you saying inflation is getting worse. And then 16% of you say, I'm just here, fought the watch list. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and end this now, and that is the poll, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, we got 20. Oh, we just hit 20. So it changed it a little bit. 44% better, 34% worse, and 20% say you're just here, fought the watch list. So thank you guys so much for posting on that. It looks like Norm made it. What's going on, Norm? Good to see you, brother. BLDR will pop with the rate cut. Building supplies wholesale. Let's look at BLDR. It's been a while since I looked at that. The only issue we have with BLDR, its ADR percentage is very low, so it's not that actionable. And of course, it's a 27 RS rating. But I do get why that you're bringing BLDR up. Is simply letting me know that it will pop when that happens. But we want to find something faster than BLDR. We want to find something much faster. This only moves 3.19%. So let's find some faster retail or faster faster stocks that are in that real estate, okay? But I totally agree with you. I think it'll pop as well, okay? Dan Bob says he thinks the RS rating, or I'm sorry, the PCE data is going to be unchanged. Well, if it's unchanged, honestly, and we come out with the same as we were expected, I think that will be good. You know, if we have the same forecast, or the same as the forecast, or do you mean the same as the previous? If we come out at 2.8, same as the previous, that's going to be really bad for the economy. That's not going to be good. It's not going to show that we're in a progressive state where we are slowly working towards that 2% inflation rate. So that won't look good, you know, and you'll see the CME Fed tool change right away. So do keep that in mind, guys. So, all right. It is 10 p.m. and I'm still drinking this damn thing. That's not good. That's not good. I might be up too late. The wife's going to hate me for it. All right, guys, well, it is 10:09. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. I just want to tell you guys one last time. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this amazing show, this amazing community. So if you're not a part of it, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, join the Discord. Everything is absolutely free. You're not going to hear me trying to sell you on any course. I'm no flipping guru. I'm just a trader who loves to make money in this market. I love to share my experiences, my trades, my watch lists, and that's what we do. And what makes me feel better than anything in the world is you guys have been playing some of those trades. Some of you guys have taken my watch list and you've made it your own. You've made it your own trades, and you guys are out there making money. Some of you guys have taken the trades that I have called out that I missed, and you're making more money than I am on some of my own damn trades. And I tell you what, if I can't make money on my trades, I want to be able to root for you making money on those trades. So thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Swervo, appreciate you, brother. Actually, Swervo, it's really, really nice to have you, dude. It's really nice to have you. I'm glad that you have a like-minded way of trading, and you have no ego. Today, you showed me that you don't have an ego. You came straight out and said it, dude. You came straight out and said, you know, it was a dumb trade, you know, and which is great, You made some money today. You lost some money today. We all learned a little something, because you guys remember, I always say this: you are a loser. You're a loser. Unless you're learning, baby. And we try to learn something each and every day. Norman Conklin, I appreciate that excellent information. Thank you so much for being here, Norman. I appreciate your time. Yeah, baby, let's go. Hope you guys all have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow morning. I'll be there in the Discord, first thing actionable in the morning, with some coffee in the hand. We'll get that watch list set for you, and I will be there before 8:30 when we get that PCE data coming out. We want to make sure that PCE data hits your sweet, sweet ears the second it gets drops. Good night, Jimmy. Take care, brother. Yeah, take care, man. Peace, guys.